Hello everyone, welcome to Law Excellence. I am Sai Praveen, presently working as faculty at Law Excellence, taking GS Geography and Geography optional. Today, we are here to discuss very briefly about geography as a subject and its relevance for UPSC. So in this brief session, I'll be taking up and telling about the importance of geography in different stages of exam, prelims, mains, as well as interview. And before we start, I'll be very briefly telling about what are the fundamental things you need to study this subject, geography, or per se any subject you start preparing. So before preparing for any subject, two fundamental things or two foundation things we should have. So one is we should have very clear grip on syllabus. And second thing is we should have a perspective on how questions will be asked from that particular subject. So that analysis will come from previous year's questions. So we have syllabus for geography given specifically by UPSC in its notification. So UPSC, if you have seen through the syllabus, it is well and good. If not, just download the notification of UPSC, go to official website of UPSC, download notification and check for syllabus. So syllabus given by UPSC in prelims as well as mains. The subject geography is also important for interview, but this perspective of interview is very subjective. This we'll discuss later. For this session, we'll confine ourselves to importance of geography in prelims and mains. So first we'll see the syllabus of geography given by UPSC. So this is the syllabus given by UPSC in prelims. So UPSC generally gives 7 lines of syllabus for prelims. It gives 7 lines of syllabus and our geography. So our geography is specifically mentioned in 1 line, and we have one more line in these 7 lines of syllabus related to current affairs, current events of national and international importance. From these also few of the geography questions will come which are linked to current affairs. And these 7 lines of syllabus and UPSC will give normally equal weightage to each line. It will give equal weightage to each line. You are aware in GS1 100 questions will be asked. Out of 100 questions, equal number of questions should come from each line. So roughly around 14 to 15 questions will come from geography static part alone. If you also include this current affairs part, another 4 to 5 questions UPSC is asking. So total put together roughly around 20 questions out of 100 questions will come from this subject geography for prelims. And 20 questions equal to 40 marks. You know cutoffs. So cutoffs since last 3-4 years are not more than 90 marks for open category. The cutoff is not exceeding 90 marks, 40 marks out of 90 marks coming from geography alone, sometimes more marks also. So nearly 50% of the cutoff you can get if you study geography subject thoroughly. And questions are not that complicated. Questions UPSC is asking very simply picking events from current affairs and some part of static questions. All those type of questions we'll see eventually, but this is very brief about importance of geography for prelims. Then we have this syllabus. So current events, that is fine. So in Indian and world geography, UPSC is mentioning 3 words. So 3 words and 2 regions. So one is India and the world. So in these 3 words, so we have physical geography, we have social geography, we have economic geography. And among them, this physical. So physical part of geography deals with 3 important chapters. 3 important chapters: geomorphology, climatology, oceanography. So geomorphology is all about physical features on Earth. So we study all those theories of formation of Earth, continental drift, all those concepts. We'll study about landforms, we'll study about mountains, plateaus, plains, all physical features and associated theories related to geography. So that will be part of this geomorphology. Then we have climatology. Climatology is all about studying about Earth and its atmosphere. So all phenomena happening in atmosphere, clouds, rainfall, cyclones, all those concepts related to climate. Then we have oceanography. This chapter oceanography is about a sphere of Earth called hydrosphere. So hydrosphere is about water. So all features or things which are happening in oceans, all those things we'll study as part of this oceanography. And when we study for optional, we also study 2 more chapters in this physical geography called biogeography and environmental geography. This biogeography is about soils, and this part is not that important for world geography. So UPSC, since all previous years questions, if you see, UPSC is not picking questions from this area. And these soils we study when we study Indian geography. So this part we can skip, and environmental geography is there for UPSC. For prelims, UPSC gave a separate line of syllabus for environment. So this also you need not study as part of physical geography. So only 3 chapters we have to focus: geomorphology, climatology and oceanography. Then we have social geography. This social geography includes humans. So it includes humans. Here we'll study about aspects like population, settlements, all these human geography related chapter. This is part of 12th NCERT. Social geography part of 12th NCERT. In social geography, we will see 2 books in 12th geography. One talks about world human geography, other talks about Indian human geography. So this whole part will be covered in those 2 NCERTs of class 12. Then we have economic geography. This economic geography is about resources. So under economic geography, we study about agriculture, we study about resources, we study about industries, we study about transportation, infrastructure, energy, all these small chapters. So this is it. So this is very brief about India and world geography. 3 words given by UPSC in its syllabus: physical, social and economic geography of both India as well as world. So now we'll look into the mains. So we'll look into the mains. Before looking into the specific syllabus given by UPSC in geography mains, we'll have a brief understanding of mains. So you know we have 4 papers in mains: GS 1, 2, 3, 4 and geography. So geography is directly mentioned as syllabus in GS1. Indirectly also we have few topics in GS3. So few topics in GS3 in economy. So in this topic of economy, we have few chapters like agriculture, cropping patterns, transportation, trade, energy. Few of the topics indirectly are linked to geography. When we study Indian geography, we'll be studying these topics. So GS3 indirectly geography is there. In GS1 we have specific mention of syllabus. So UPSC will give 3 lines of syllabus. And overall GS1 is divided into 3 broad subjects. I think you know. So one is history, other is geography, third is society. So overall GS1 is divided into 3 parts, and you know weightage given by UPSC will be almost equal. And in GS1 we have 20 questions, 250 marks. Equal weightage should be given for each subject. So roughly at least 80 to 90 marks should come from geography. But UPSC is little partial towards geography. It is asking more questions, giving more weightage for geography. If you see last 2-3 years GS1 papers, more than 110 marks UPSC is asking from geography alone. This if we add to questions asked in GS3 indirectly from geography, another 30-40 marks will be there. So overall around 140 to 150 marks in GS mains will come from directly or indirectly geography part. And if your optional is geography, another 500 marks. Most of the aspirants who are taking geography as optional are also scoring more than 300 marks. Add to this your GS mains marks, 450 marks you will get from geography alone. So 450 marks, and cutoffs are not more than 750 for open category. More than 50% of the marks you can get from geography alone. So very important for mains. And very scoring. And this is syllabus. And this is the syllabus given by UPSC in mains. Salient features of world physical geography. This we have already covered in prelims. When we studied those 3 words in prelims, so we would have covered this part. Distribution of key natural resources, same. In prelims, economic geography of the world and India is there. There also we will study about distribution of natural resources. And it specifically mentions 2 regions, South Asia and Indian subcontinent. So we will give little more weightage. When we study natural resources, say for example, if you are studying about coal, we'll study about distribution of coal across the globe. In addition to that, specifically we'll focus more on coal reserves in South Asia and Indian subcontinent. So this way we have to give more weightage. And next part is factors responsible for location of primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. So this is also part of economic geography. We would have already covered in prelims. And last line of the syllabus is important geophysical phenomena. These phenomena, it specifically mentions us to study about few of the phenomena. Few phenomena part of geomorphology, few part of climatology, few part of oceanography. This part also we would have covered in prelims, but relatively some more weightage we have to give when we study about mains. And this line, geographical features and their locations, are more or less similar to salient features of world physical geography. So there's a little kind of duplication of syllabus, and there isn't anything special about this line. So syllabus is very simple. Questions are also very direct. So that questions analysis part we'll see later, but just remember that syllabus is very simple for geography. And it is very easy and very simple to score very high marks if we follow this pattern of syllabus. So this is syllabus. So this is syllabus of geography. Then we will see. So I have told second pillar. So second pillar or foundation to study geography or any subject is PYQs. Previous year's questions analysis is a must. So we know we have lot of syllabus in geography. People say syllabus of geography is very vast. But once you know syllabus and once you know what UPSC is asking in previous year's questions related to this subject, we can make it simple. We can make it simple. We can make it very smart. So that comes from this previous year's questions analysis, and these are like, what do you say, your Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita, whatever religious scriptures you follow for religion. Similarly, for every UPSC aspirant, this should be that holy book. And for PYQs, you need to follow two sources, one for prelims, one for mains. And for mains, so we have, so for prelims, there is a relatively good publication called Disha Publications. This covers previous year's 27-28 previous year's question papers of prelims. So this will contain questions and answers of both CSAT as well as GS. So this book is relatively good. And for mains, we have a book called New Vishal Publication. And when it comes to sources about mains, there are a lot of materials in the market, lot of materials which are also giving answers for all previous year's questions. My personal suggestion would be, don't buy any book which contains answers. Most of the answers are substandard and they won't be relevant for UPSC. So this book contains only questions, subject-wise, year-wise segregation of questions will be there. Prefer this book. And this is your religious scripture, and how to analyze PYQs we will see later. But these are two important sources we need to follow. So this is about syllabus, this is about importance of geography. So we have seen syllabus of geography, and we know we have to analyze PYQs. So this part, so PYQs, how to analyze PYQs for prelims, mains, all these things we'll see later. So we'll see later, but at least we came to know the importance of geography for exam. We have seen that weightage, we have seen syllabus of geography, we have the base of PYQs question. Based on these three aspects, you need to follow some sources. This standard source part also, what to follow for geography, I'll discuss in detail. But follow some standard source and try to make a note. Try to make your own handwritten note, or if you have followed some institute. If you have followed some institute, attended some classes, you will have your class notes. Follow your class notes religiously. Because this is very important. Note making or following your class notes is very important. Most of the questions asked in prelims or mains will directly reflect from your class notes. Why? Because I take up geography at Law Excellence, and if you can see, most of the questions asked in 2024 prelims. So around 25 questions were asked, at least more than 19-20 questions directly reflected from our class notes. If you can see few of such examples. Questions will be very simple in geography, and UPSC will pick. So UPSC will ask very simple questions. So question was asked on withering. So withering carbon dioxide, carbonation, withering oxygen, oxidation, you would have studied these processes. If you would have notes, it will directly reflect from your notes. So a lot of such questions. So simple questions UPSC is asking about water vapor, asking about Coriolis force. These are some fundamental concepts you would have definitely studied. You would have had notes on that, which will directly get reflected in exam. And question on June 21, that is today. So these days are important. You know, International Yoga Day, Tropic of Cancer on India. So that is why India celebrates this International Yoga Day. Questions will be simple. This was already asked previously in last 2-3 years back, again reflected. If you do PYQ analysis, you will also know that questions will get repeated. So this is one advantage of PYQs. All those analysis we'll see. So, but this is very simple question. Question about isotherms, question about boundaries. So these parts also we discussed. So we discussed in classes. We take up map reading classes here. As part of map reading, all these fundamentals and current affairs related geography part in map reading classes also we will discuss elaborately. And these get reflected directly from our notes. Thickness of the atmosphere. So all these concepts are very simple concepts UPSC is speaking. UPSC is not complicating questions related to geography. Provided we should have. So we should have a very good class notes or your own handwritten notes. So this way, most of the questions will come from your notes or any class notes. So we have discussed a lot of such concepts. Nearly 17 questions asked out of 19 reflected from our class notes. Fine. So this is it. So this is about today's session. And you have any doubts regarding geography on how to analyze previous year's questions or on what standard sources to prepare, how to make notes. Any queries you have regarding geography, you can drop a message in comment section. We'll come up with more videos. Thank you and all the best.